Hello, everyone. This is week one of Embodied Elevation. And the theme is why pressing pause is the first step towards resilience. So, this week is all about something so simple yet so powerful, pressing pause. Most of us live in a constant state of go, go, go. Even when we stop, our minds are still running at full speed. But resilience doesn't come from pushing harder. It begins when we give ourselves permission to pause. Think of it like this. When you hit pause, you're creating space between stimulus and response. Instead of reacting on autopilot, you begin to choose how to breathe, how to move, how to respond. In our bodies, pressing pause helps calm the nervous system. It signals safety. It interrupts the stress cycle. You can recharge instead of draining your energy. So today we're going to practice pausing through breath, through gentle movement, and through presence. So let's find a comfortable seat or stand at the top of the mat. Close your eyes for a moment and place your hands over your heart. Take a deep inhale and a slow exhale. Feel that pause between breaths. Now let's begin with a few grounding movements. We'll start in mountain pose with breath awareness. So I'm going to get you to stand either on your mat or wherever you are right now. Notice, I'll demonstrate that for you actually. So standing in mountain pose, feet at hip distance apart, toes are pointing forward, arms a comfortable distance from your body. I want you to notice your feet grounded to the floor through the heel and the full spread of your toes. And notice the strength in your legs keeping you up. Notice your spine rising up tall and straight to meet the back of your head. And feel as if the crown of your head wants to touch the ceiling. Breathe. So we're going to start with a few slow, mindful movements. I want you to be aware of your breath as you do this. When you inhale, I want you to sweep your arms overhead. Stretch the fingertips to the ceiling so you notice your belly engage when you do that. And when you exhale, sweep the arms back down next to your side again. Let's do that again. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Do you notice the pause between the inhale and the exhalation? And exhale. So, how did that little exercise feel in your body? Could you notice the inhalation? What did that inhalation feel like as you were moving the arms up? Did it feel as if the inhalation was actually allowing the movement of the arms up and the exhalation was allowing the movements of the arm down? Try it again if you didn't notice anything really specific. But I want you to notice the connection of breath with movement. That's a very mindful activity. Now the next mindful movement we're going to do is the forward fold. So I'll just tell you what we're doing. We're exhaling and then we're folding over our legs like a rag doll. We're going to hold for 3 breaths. Notice the breath again with the movement. Notice what that breath feels like as you're holding the pose. You notice the the pause at the bottom of hanging down, your torso hanging down like a rag doll. Okay, so let me just demonstrate that quickly. Okay, we're going to inhale first. And when you exhale, we're going to bend our knees and drop our torso down so it's hanging down like a rag doll. And hold here for 3 breaths. If you want to, you can straighten your legs, but there's no need to. Hold. Notice the pause. And then very slowly come back up to standing as you inhale. Exhale, arms next to your body again. We're going to come down on all fours. And we're going to do a pose or a flow called cat-cow. So your hands are shoulder width apart, knees are hip distance apart. I want you to inhale and drop that navel to the floor. You'll notice the dip in your back when you do that. Push the shoulders back as far as possible. See if you can lift your head just a little bit. And then when you exhale, round the back, bring the chin to the chest. Let's do that again. Inhale. And exhale. Now just push the floor away with your hands. Inhale again. Stretching your front body, engaging the back muscles. Exhale, and now you're stretching the back body and engaging the front muscles. You can close your eyes while you're doing that. Just notice, become aware of the movement, contraction, and release of the muscles in that area. Do you notice which muscles are contracting or engaging as you do the movement? Still be aware of your breath. Come back to center. Now we're going to sit in child's pose, knees as wide as the mat. Big toes touching, sitting on your heels. Place your hands in front of the knees. Walk the hands out until you can rest your forehead on the mat. Or if you can't reach the mat, rest it on a cushion or a yoga block. So I want you to get your hips as close to your heels as you possibly can, and maybe walk your fingertips a little further out in front so you get that lengthening of your spine. And then breathe into your back ribs. And then we're going to lie on our back. Place 1 or 2 blocks underneath our sacrum. Let's just spend a few moments, a few breaths here. So the chest is open, shoulders back. Breathing is soft, slow, in through the nose, out through the nose. And ease into the pose as you breathe in and out. And when you've had enough, lift the hips, remove the block, rest your knees against each other, feet as wide as the mat. Rest your hands on your belly and breathe into your lower belly. When you're ready, roll onto your right side, sitting up, back into. Oh, it's a little bit sunny now. I might have to move. Isn't the sun beautiful? Okay, so the first pose I did after forward fold was cat cow on our hands and knees. We use the breath to allow movement of the body again. It's a very mindful kind of flow. You're linking the breath with the movement. You're not forcing, they're not separate. You're not forcing each on its own. You're allowing the body to move while you breathe in, breathe out. So the next pose was child's pose. So that was just lengthening of the spine, but once again, using that breath and actually breathing into your back ribs too. So let's start. I'm sitting on a block. You can use a cushion or rolled up towel. You're sitting in an easy cross-legged position or whatever is comfortable for you, or if you don't like sitting on a block on the floor, please go ahead and sit on a chair. That will too. I want you to notice your spine. You're sitting up straight and tall. The back of your head is in line with your spine. Gaze of your eyes down onto the floor or eyelids softly closed. Rest the palms of your hands gently on your thighs. Just notice your breath. Next time you inhale, I want you to lengthen your spine up. And then we're going to twist to the right. So place the right hand behind the right hip and the left hand on the right knee and twist your chest to the right. If you can, see if you can gently roll your head to look over your right shoulder. Then keeping the body exactly where it is, slowly turn your head to look over your left shoulder and come out of your rotation. Let's repeat that on the left side. So inhale once more. You lengthen your spine as you do that. And then twist to the left. Left hand behind left hip, right hand on your left knee. Twist to the left. If you want to, you don't have to, don't force anything. See if you can very gently roll your head to look over your left shoulder. And slowly turn your head to look over your right shoulder. And come back to center again. So now that we've come back to center, rest your hands very gently on your thighs or your knees again. So breathe in deeply. Notice the pause before you exhale. We're going to move on to the breathwork practice. This is Samavriti, or I guess box breathing is something very similar. But before we start, let's first become aware of your natural breath. So let's inhale for a count of 3. Exhale, hold for a count of 3. Exhale for a count of 3. Hold for a count of 3. Ready? Let's do this together. So inhale, 2, 3. Hold, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. Hold, 2, 3. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, 2, 3. Hold, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. Hold, 2, 3. See, do it again and see if you can notice the pause between breaths. Gives your mind a chance to settle. This is called resilience in action. Building steadiness in the space between. So in our closing reflection, I'm going to ask you a few questions and I'd love you to write it down in your journal. How do you feel after giving yourself permission to pause? Your journal prompt for this week is, where in my life do I need to press pause more often, and how might that shift my energy? Remember, resilience doesn't start with doing more. It starts with slowing down, pausing, and reconnecting with your breath and your body. That's the foundation we're building this week. I'll see you in week 2, where we'll explore the stress response and how to reset it. Until then, pause often, breathe deeply, and trust the process. Thank you, everyone.